key focus for us today, which certainly did already happen in 2019. I didn't have a 2020 figures available yet for this one, but certainly continued to happen, especially as the pandemic hit. And that is that there is a massive amount of invoice fraud going out in the economy, especially between businesses. We've seen a lot of fraudulent attempts of fake or made up invoices, impersonating accounting systems like Xero. As you know, the ones that our Xero users would find the first screen here very familiar looking. That's a complete made up fraudulent invoice. And the other example we had to share was just an ASIC email, which is a government department in Australia that registers businesses. Their email or their made up email to request people to put in their details. So the most typical way for an invoice fraud that we've found has been a scammer that intercepts a legitimate invoice and get in there to change the details and include a fraudulent payment information. So effectively a real looking invoice that should be one of your suppliers. So everything sounds great, but the bank account details have been changed. And look, this can happen. I would say very easily, and based on the ACCC's report or survey, that was the largest reason for invoice fraud across Australia. Now, in addition to that, there are obviously different ways of doing this. Impersonation is another way of going about it. That was probably the second largest reason. The way that usually comes across is an email coming from the CEO of company saying, please pay this supplier. Obviously it is not a real email from the real CEO, but that's where email fraud can unfortunately happen very easily. Now, this is a very well-known phenomenon across the globe. So whilst the information that we've got here and the examples here are very Australia-centric, it is by no means Australia only. Happens anywhere around the world at this point of time, all surrounding accounts payable operations of companies, because scammers have realized that it's easier actually to get into a company than it is to an individual a lot of the time. So this happens a lot, and certainly across the globe, especially at the back of the pandemic, we've seen an increase on this.